What's up, everybody? The Celeb King here. Aloha! I am in Hawaii shooting Magnum PI. Therefore, I cannot shoot TigerBelly this week. But then, I had this dream. I had this fantasy. And this fantasy came true. I dreamt that Annie Lederman and Esther Povitsky came in and filled in for me. And that's exactly what they did. And I want to thank these ladies. This podcast is so amazing with them two in it, filling in for me. Thank you so much for understanding our predicament. And I will see you the following week. But I love you guys. You're going to love this show.
So much worse. She's just a fucking hypocrite.
So defensive, though. I wonder why you're so...
Because I'm at my wit's end with you. It's so fragile right now. We're teetering.
You guys have to take the lead, right?
Oh, well, now is the time to tell us.
I did tell you guys on FaceTime. You're Bobby, you're Khalyla.
I'm Bobby. Okay, so I'll talk about myself a bunch.
And then you're...
I'm just a guest. I'm here.
Pauly Shore. Think of her as Pauly Shore energy.
I'm taking a back seat.
Oh,
This is my favorite day of the year. I don't have to be over there.
That's true. She loves this right now.
I try to get out of every podcast every week. There it is, guys. It's happening. The viral load has begun. We should just call it that, viral load.
The viral load on our backs.
Ah.
Hey, keep that male audience.
Is this it? Are we going?
Yeah, we can go. We can start.
You can if you want. Bobby does a song at the beginning typically, and then he will make fun of everyone.
Okay.
You don't have to do what he does.
don't have
Though.
to do it,
You
though.
can you can be yourself, Esther.
Okay.
She starts rapping like whoa. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3,
So
2,
high pressure.
1.
What kind of song does he like? Who let the
Schools
dogs
are
out?
great.
Oh,
What song
Something
does he
really
do?
cringe 90s.
He'll be
And
like,
he does Raise the Roof.
oh, he'll do like I smell sex and candy. That's cringy.
Wait,
90s.
Marcy Playground's not cringe.
I think he makes up a song. He doesn't sing a famous song.
They just
he does.
said-
He does.
Oh, Esther's wrong. Ding. Are we gonna have like a
counter.
counter on how wrong Esther is?
Marcy Playground is not cringe, Annie. Is
Have
it?
you listened? I listened to the lyrics recently, and it's obviously pedophilic.
Oh, it is. I never listened. I just
Smelling sex and candy together. There's a playground. Marcy's playground. Marcy.
Oh.
Okay, and then who's that casting devious stares in my
My direction.
The parents. They're
yeah.
angry.
Mama, what did he say? Surely is a dream.
Yeah.
But what's the word before that? Does he say mama?
Mama? This surely is a dream.
Oh my
To
god.
be able to bang this kid.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to TigerBelly.
There we
This
go.
is actually Khalyla doesn't actually do this part. Hi guys, I'm Bobby, even though Esther looks more like him. I dress like him, I interrupt like him, and I make the room laugh like him. But Esther,
I'm Khalyla. I'm the beautiful princess. And welcome to TigerBelly. This is my fat, ugly husband, Annie Lederman.
you get no money, by the way. You get no money.
I want to know you guys' input. Well, first off, we should probably mention why Bobby isn't here.
Bobby has
We
passed
killed
away.
him.
Bobby is no longer with us.
Killed him.
He's on the remake of Hawaii 5-0, I'm assuming? Hawaii 5-2?
No, the other one, the other Hawaiian one.
Oh my God, Hawaii 5-2 would have been great.
Bobby's
He's
in
5-2.
Hawaii, and we're here because he didn't want to be here. So if you hate us, take that anger and direct it at Bobby.
Very negative.
That's a really good. That's really good advice. I think this is not your fault. This is absolutely Bobby's fault. So send him a lot of hate messages.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, follow me on Instagram, ANNIE.
Bleep that out. Bleep that out.
Listen, I am 20,000 followers behind Esther. I check every day. It's a tragedy. Do you hear the laughs? Did you hear them when she spoke?
I wanted to ask you guys' opinion. So the other day, Bobby, but right before he leaves for Hawaii, he's packing his bag. He says this, "Hey, you should plan a wedding." And then I was like, "What do you mean? We're not even engaged." He was like, "Oh, I'll do that after you plan the wedding." I was like, "Well, how do you think this works?" He was like, "Right, people plan weddings and then the proposal happens in between the wedding planning and the actual wedding." He said, "I'll do it somewhere in between. It'll give me time to figure out which ring to get." So I think the man's absolutely confused. I don't think he knows how it works at all.
He really does things like on his own terms for everything.
Maybe you are, Bobby.
Me? Well, I'm like the reverse of that because I've been engaged for 2.5 years and I have no wedding plans in sight.
Do you even look at wedding
No,
dresses?
I am no interest.
I've never even dated a guy who could afford a ring, so I. Where's of age? Do that. Just kidding. That's Bobby. Wait, cut it out.
Wait a second, Esther. So think about your dream wedding. Is there a dream wedding, or are you like a civil?
I don't want to get married. I don't want a wedding. It sounds like it's expensive. It's like a lot of family members, and it sounds stressful.
I have an idea. You should just have Whitney plan and pay for your wedding. Don't you think she would?
Is that
do
an option?
I absolutely believe it is.
Is
I
that
think
what
she
friends
would.
do?
If you acted like this is too hard, I can't do it, she would sweep in to save you.
I'd have to catch her if I caught her the right moment. I think that's a possibility.
If you were like, I'll let you film it and post it as content.
It'll be break it up in your IGTV. Maybe she will do it. It will my wedding will probably be cheaper than what one IGTV video costs her for her.
It's exclusive only on. You can only see the wedding on Whitney Cummings' Instagram.
But she's okay, right?
Yeah.
She got bit up by some
She's
dogs.
fucked up.
She's fine.
She did get fucked up. She's fine, but she did get fucked up.
Yeah,
I think she took sleeping pills and walked into something. She's having construction done in her house.
So she's in a new house.
She already
temporarily.
has a sinus infection. Okay, so she's been talking like she's underwater
Yeah.
for like months. She has a sinus infection. She has a UTI. I think this is in general. not
Right, she
100%.
did. Yeah,
Talking
she
about
did.
my I'm like, her pussy's rotting.
Yeah,
and
and she did mention it is the worst UTI she's ever had. So it's a juicy UTI.
And if you've never had a UTI, the issue with the UTI is that it's an itch inside you and you feel like you have to pee all the time and no pee.
I wish it was just an itch. It's so
a
much
burn.
more than that. It's like flank pain, like right here.
You're like, there are these open
I
sores.
piss blood.
Wait,
you guys
really?
don't piss blood?
I've only had one UTI, and it was after the first time I hooked up with someone who's in comedy. Anyway,
Are you?
She
do you
pointed
ever
at
drop
George, by the
names?
way.
Why did you point at George Kimmel?
it was the camera. I fucked the
She
camera.
winked.
Did you wink? Did you wink, Esther?
Esther, when you bang the camera, do you flip the camera towards you so you can see it or away?
Definitely not towards my vagina. Yeah, it was Bernie, just a very Bernie Sanders.
2020.
But then what bugs me is the frequency, because even though there's no pee in there, I just feel the need to push.
Oh.
Like I need to push pee out, and I always end up pissing blood.
What
no one
cau-
does
do you
that,
know-
just me.
Do you know what causes yours?
I think they say if you have like either a short ureter or a short urethra.
Ureter.
What's
I
that?
know, you made up ureter.
What-
Ureter is connects to the urethra from the kidneys, Annie. Urethra is already in your
I
vag.
don't think
Are
I
you
have.
fingering yourself?
I don't have.
How
the
low does her
ureter.
camera go? We are about to get subscribers for you. Our guest is crazy.
Oh yeah, we're the hosts. This is our guest.
So kidneys, ureters, and then urethra.
Will
I
you
think
show us your ureter? Take your
Can we
pants.
tie our ureters together? A friendship bracelet?
But yeah, I always end up pissing blood. So.
You're being a little condescending as a guest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're really
I'm sorry.
talking
You're
down
right.
to
You're right.
us.
This is your show, Bobby. This is your show.
Okay, I'm Bobby, so
Lila,
I have
I'm
to
so sorry.
apologize for something I've done to you.
Yeah.
I'm
Why
sorry.
didn't you attack me the way he attacked Bill Burr?
Well, I'm really sorry. I only saw the part about black poop with the Bill Burr one, and that's
Oh,
when-
yeah, yeah,
actually that brought us together.
It did. That's the episode that made us BFFs.
I was like, I have to immediately FaceTime you because I've been also shitting black.
There is nothing more bonding than knowing someone else has bloody poop.
Yeah.
It really is. You've never had it, Esther.
Esther's
so.
having FOMO.
I do.
She's gonna be stabbing her asshole later.
No, but sometimes I'll bond with people over like constipation
Yeah.
or discharge.
Wait, speaking of discharge, this always gets me.
This should love the male audience should love this. Speaking of discharge,
I would like to discharge Esther from the podcast. Dishonorably? No.
oh wait, speaking of discharge, what's this? She gets it on
I
the
have no
top.
chest, and then this is just my old nipple ring holes. It's just the pus that's come out.
You had both nipples pierced?
I had both nipples pierced.
Does that hurt?
No, it felt good.
Wait, how old were you when you got them?
I was 14 when I got the left one and 16 when I got
Oh,
the
thank
right
God.
one.
I always think it's really weird. 'Cause I had a friend whose mom at 56 got her belly button pierced, and I just thought it didn't give me good feelings.
Was it to hold it up or something? I mean, at that point, your belly button's like sagging down, right?
I don't know. She was from Saugus, by Magic Mountain. I just don't know if that's how housewives do it there. But I always thought I couldn't tell if I like loved her for it or if I was just completely freaked out.
There's a place called Saugus.
Saugus.
Imagine being like, I'm from Saugus.
Santa Clarita.
Oh,
You guys aren't from here, so.
Are you?
Don't?
Yeah, Annie.
That's.
Let me tell you, for someone who loves California as much as you don't
I've
know
been
where Saugus
jailed
is?
here.
Huh?
I've been jailed here.
Have you ever been arrested?
I got handcuffed to a bench outside of Bloomingdale's from shoplifting.
Well,
once.
that was we were having sex.
That was back in the day when I was a male homosexual, and just two boys going at it on the
Wait, what did you steal?
sunglasses. But we had stolen a bunch of stuff. And we never got caught. But Bloomingdale's was like we got too cocky.
Yeah, but they're not allowed to chase you down either.
No, it was actually the scariest thing in the world. It was I'm sitting on the bench, and then this big, like, I don't know if he was fat or ripped, but I was scared of him because he was just a regular man in a Hawaiian suit. And then all of a sudden I'm handcuffed to the bench.
Oh, he was a secret shopper.
Yeah, which the most embarrassing part is me screaming like for my safety and then realizing like, oh no, I actually just got busted doing the bad thing.
They should have someone like me be the secret shopper so that when you get arrested by me, you're just like laughing in my face. Like, what do you want, little no?
Yeah, what are you going to handcuff our ankles?
Do you
like,
run?
why is this rodent smelling my vagina right now?
Esther, you know what? I've never seen you run.
It's
Can you run?
can I tell you, it doesn't disappoint.
Esther, by the way, when Esther walks, she has the gait. The only thing I can liken it to is the gait of a toddler with a dump in their diaper. She has a dumpy butt walk, and I'm not wrong.
It's
Wait, that's
really
a good
weird.
thing. Dumpy butts are good.
No, but like I
She
really
walks
do
like
waddle.
she's like got to balance out the shit, like the lump in her.
I do think it has something to do with no ab muscles, no lower abdomen, and so there's no ab to hold it up. So I just kind of.
Do you waddle sideways or do you take long strides, short strides?
I'll show you.
She goes
Run in
side to
place.
side. She
Run in place.
almost like a pregnant woman, honestly.
Oh, it is. It is a pregnant waddle.
Yeah, because there's no ab.
No, that's not real.
But run in place, Esther.
That's so weird.
She just trying so hard to not do the WAP dance. Esther's just in a constant trying to not WAP dance.
It's in the muscle memory.
But you're so limber. I've seen you kick up in the air and
You know why I'm so limber? There's no muscle there
It's
to
not-
keep. Annie wants to think that my body has muscle. She has this conspiracy theory that I'm strong, and I know why you do it.
I've never said you were strong. You're not like a jellyfish flopping around. You're just incredibly lazy. You have the personality of a jellyfish. But you're always like, yeah, my neck muscle. It's like you have to exercise to build your muscles.
Yeah, I'm very weak, is what I'll say, but I'm gonna really work on that. This is my year.
I think that we talked about we've all done berries, so you can't be that weak.
Well-
berries is one of the hardest workouts ever. And Esther, I know you've done it a couple times.
But tell her how far in you've gotten.
Okay, so usually, so Barry's Boot Camp is the Los Angeles workout class, and
Made famous by the Kardashians.
yeah, and I do 30 minutes. I leave halfway through, and
It's not an optional thing. It's
not
not
an
like they're like,
optional
you
thing.
could leave in 30. You just switch halfway through. Like some people are on the floor and some people are
The treadmill.
on the treadmill.
And
So they do have these transition moments. And Esther just sneaks out thinking that the teacher's not going to notice.
I walk on the treadmill. I don't do the running because I don't have that yet. I don't have that strength yet. But
This is, by the way, she's talking about something she's been doing since 2013.
I just want to say though that Annie really helped me because I once had such a bad experience at Barry's Boot Camp that I left. I was so upset. I was like ready to write them a really strongly worded Karen email, like I need my money back. The teacher and Annie had just so happened to call me, and she's like, "Why are you in a bad mood?" I was like, "This teacher was
She was
so
crying.
mean to
She was
me."
like, I'm shaking. She's in her car. She's like, I'm shaking. I'm not going to believe what just happened to me.
I just left Barry's Boot Camp. Like they were verbally abusive to me. It was really weird. And then Annie.
I was like, you just paid $35 to go to an hour-long boot camp class where they yell at you. That's the exact thing you just paid for. That's the entire thing.
And she made me feel better because I was like,
It could have only been one instructor, and it could have only been Kyle.
it Yes, it was Kyle.
And I only pay for Kyle.
Who's Kyle?
That exact experience that you wanted to write a Karen letter about is the exact experience I would pay extra for.
He's so mean. He was
so wonderful. I
Yeah, but
love
is there
him.
anything more
He's the
annoying than
best.
seeing someone waddle up, just like a perfectly normal girl, like healthy young woman, waddle up like she's got a shit in her diaper, and then they give you options. They give you these options. Okay, they say you can go light, you can go medium, you can go hard. Esther says light. That's too hard for me. Like light is for women that gave birth like the day before. Their stitches are still in. They just got their vajassholes stitched up. Like their placenta's still hanging out.
Is it weird that I have a vajazzle?
Wait, what's a vajazzle?
Just like when they cut.
It's a vajazzle. It's I think.
Oh,
it's something-
vajazz! I thought it was Madonna when she put like jewels in her vagina.
No, I think it's also something Annie just made up.
I did make it up, but it's when they give you the
episiotomy.
ooh.
Yeah. Sometimes it rips from front to back.
So then they cut it. They give you one hole.
I had no business going to Barry's boot camp. What happened was I was in some good like mania and I bought a 50 class pass. It was crazy. So
Which
that's
is about $10,000.
So I was trying
$10,000.
I was trying to burn through them, and I was like, these are going to expire anyway. I'll just go and I'll do half the class. I at one point I asked them if there was any way I could exchange my classes for smoothie points.
They do have really good smoothies.
She would show up in the beginning of the class when everyone's like getting ready, and she would just get a smoothie and then just leave.
I feel like you're more like Bobby than you are Annie.
Yeah.
Because Bobby has never done a Barry's workout,
Of course not.
but he has had maybe 150 smoothies from there.
How?
Because we used to live by there. We used to, you know how it was Barry's Boot Camp and Soul Cycle in Hollywood.
Yeah,
right
that's
here.
where. Yeah.
And he would buy sweatpants from Soul Cycle, never take a fucking class,
Oh,
walk
so
right
funny.
over and get their smoothies.
The portly man in exercise merch is so funny.
I really do love Bobby. Like Bobby really is like
Your
who I'm
idol?
aspiring to be. It is weird.
You know what he does when he has to get his yearly physical at the doctor? He wears like head to toe training gear because he wants
Got,
to
like,
give the illusion of
sweatbands on?
health. Like because his doctor's like, have you quit smoking? Have you put on weight? It checks his cholesterol. So he goes in with like a sweat, one of those sweat things around his head. He just goes full workout gear, and he lies. He lies, and
That's so weird. Does he lie to therapists?
that he doesn't.
Oh yeah, I
That he
remember
doesn't.
you made
And
sure.
I think that the therapist wishes he did sometimes. She's like, I don't want to fucking hear this.
The therapist needs to go to therapy after they see Bobby.
It is weird though. Like, and I'm sure I've told this story on the show before, but Bobby dresses the exact. He's like my dressing
Yes.
goal. In fact, for my clothing line, like I want him to be the model because he's my fashion inspiration. But
And also his followers and people love him.
no, that's Annie. She only thinks one way. she thinks with her penis.
I go dick first into everything, guys.
But one time, Bobby was in the Comedy Store parking lot, and I was like, I just love that shirt. I was like, that's the coolest shirt I've ever seen. Where'd you get it? And he just takes it off, hands it to me. He's like, get out of here. And he just gave me his shirt off his
Do you
back.
still have it?
I do.
He has the best vintage T-shirt.
Yeah.
It wasn't a vintage one. It was from like some Japanese store that was
Oh,
really
of course.
cool.
Why did you say like Japanese?
I didn't
Why'd
say
you
it like
say
that.
Japanese?
I think of anyone who's the most Japanese in this room, it's Esther. She has a 12-year-old Japanese boy like stuck inside her, I think.
Yeah, she
Thank
does.
you.
That's always how I
reminds me-
describe your essence.
Doesn't okay, so she looks like Dave Grohl. We all have already said that. But also, do you remember in Dazed and Confused, the boy? Doesn't she
Oh
look
God,
like the boy?
I hate this one.
Which one? Bring it, pull it up, Gil. I want to
Which
see
which
this.
guy, though?
Which
The
boy?
guy, the freshman, the little brother. Like so much like him. I just look at you like
From what
freshman.
angle?
I just want to bully you like a freshman. I'm like, get on the floor and fizzle like bacon, bitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
George. No, you.
As
You're not
for
talking
an
about-
ex-lover
hey,
to
you're not
treat
talking
her
about
like that.
him, are you?
100%.
Yeah.
He's not talking about him.
It's the same haircut, though. It's the same haircut.
Oh, by the way, I was going through because our dear friend Jeff Scott just passed away, and so I was going through old pictures, and you know how on your photos you can just click like Comedy Store, and then I got all
Yeah.
my photos from the Comedy Store.
Wait, really?
And
Search it
I
in your
found
photos.
Esther talks a lot about this traumatizing time in her life when she had to cut her hair for the show Dollface she's in. And when I think back on it, I'm like, it wasn't that bad. Like I found a picture, and Esther, I want to apologize. I didn't validate you. You looked like fucking shit.
I knew it was bad. I'll tell you how I know it was bad. Because Jenna wrote me and said, this is bad. Esther, because she said, oh, I'm heading over to Esther's to see like her haircut because she's having a meltdown about it. She's like, I was like, well, no, she's so cute and no haircut could possibly look that bad. And then Jenna wrote me, she's like, this is really bad.
Shaved head would have been an improvement, honestly.
Can I tell you what happened? Is there was this hair, the head of hair on the show,
Hair human.
who
Don't gender people.
who eventually ended up being let go from the show for other reasons, which is crazy. But she
That it wasn't from her cutting your
no,
head?
she was like, okay, so we had a meeting. It was all the actresses and like, okay, here we're gonna do this with your hair. You're gonna go here. You're gonna go here. And she's like, okay, we want to just give
Is
you.
this like an America's Top Model when they're doing the hair
Yeah.
makeovers and you're like, oh, hopefully I'm gonna get extensions.
And so
I'm
I'm
the longest hair, right?
I'm so excited because this like celebrity hairdresser is gonna. She's like, and I'm gonna do yours, Esther. And I'm like, oh my god, she's doing me. Little did I know, like
She thought you were a boy. And
that's not supposed to happen. Like that's not what you want because they're not professional hair cutters. They style hair. So she takes me to her house and I'm like so excited and we're just talking about. She's telling me all the celebrities she's worked with, and she cuts my hair. And as she's doing it, she like gets kind of weird. And then afterwards, she's like, I look at it and she's like, do you like it? And I'm like, what do you mean? Do I like it? Like you're supposed to tell me what's good. Annie said it best. It was a weird time because the Michael Jackson
had just come out.
it just came out and
A documentary?
yeah. And
You're not really a joke teller though. Do
no,
you want me to say it or do you want
you
to
say it.
I told her, I was like, you should go on stage and this should be your opener. You should say, I just got my hair cut and it's a terrible time to look both like Michael Jackson and the little boys he molested.
It was a terrible haircut. And the only person who was honest with me was Brenda Song. She was like, yeah, this isn't good. She's like, we need to get this
Which,
fixed.
having this told you by like one of the most beautiful women in the world, and you're just like,
I want to
God
know what
bless
kind
her.
of person you are, though. Are you somebody who at that moment says, yeah, this is horrible?
No.
Or do you walk out and say, because I can never tell somebody I hate a haircut. I walk out
oh,
with my
I've
tail
left
tucked
with my
between
hair
legs.
cut here and long here and been like, bye, bitch, want all my money back.
Really?
Yes, because, well, I'll tell the story when you guys are done.
No. Just
Okay,
go.
all right. I was in New York and you ever get those like moments in your life where you go, any haircut will do. I've just been
Yeah.
being too precious
Yeah.
and it's New York, like everyone's a good, like, so I just walk by this hair salon. I'm like, I need a haircut.
By the way, that's typically my approach. It's like hair grows back. It's not a big deal.
right. But I forget I've blacked out all the times I've cried. I banged a hairdryer against something, like cracked the foundation that the sink is in my family's house. No big deal. But just really, I'm like, no, I've grown up. I'm out of this. So I walk into this hair salon, and the woman working behind the counter knows me from AA. She goes, "Oh my God, and I'm like, oh, it's like an AA bitch."
Are you allowed to do that? Don't
What?
you? When you see AA people out in the world, don't you?
Yeah, if
say
you
hi
know
to
each
them.
other, yeah.
You don't-
You're not supposed to just ignore each
You
other.
don't like look away, like.
No, no. You can. You like. I wouldn't. If she went to. If I was with someone, she went like, "Oh, this bitch like used to like butt chug Jaeger or whatever." That's not something I did, but it sounds fun. Maybe my next relapse.
Hey guys, we're gonna take a really quick break to share some of our favorite sponsors with you. Calm.
You guys, this is one of my most favorite apps. It's a part of my nightly routine. One of the most powerful ways to improve your overall health and happiness is to get a good night's sleep. But if your daily routine has changed, it can be harder to fall and stay asleep. We all love sleep, and most of us probably want more of it. But rather than getting a solid night's rest, we find ourselves scrolling through social media
Oh my God, Khalyla.
or reading the news when we should be powering down for the night. 2020 has been a lot, and we could all benefit from less stress and more sleep in our lives. It's so important to take care of ourselves and invest in our well-being during times of anxiety. What do you guys do to de-stress?
I really need help. I need so much help.
Well, Calm can be your supplement to your.
I would love to be listening to Stephen Fry, Kelly Rollins, or Laura Dern while I do that.
And Harry Styles. Harry Styles has one of his bedtime stories. on there.
Wow, Olivia Wilde.
That's why we're excited to partner with Calm, the app designed to help you ease stress and get the best sleep of your life. And when you relieve anxiety and improve your sleep, you feel better in every part of your life.
Over 85 million people around the world use Calm to take care of their minds and get better sleep.
Sometimes they listen to Esther Club. But when that's not available, get the app Calm and experience a transformation in the way you sleep.
For listeners of the shows, Calm is offering a special limited time promotion of 40% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/belly. That's 40% off unlimited access to Calm's entire library, and new content is added every week. Get started today at calm.com/belly. That's CALM.com/belly. Wow, Roman.
How often do you use excuses like, I had a long day at work, or I'm just not feeling it today?
I do it
Do you do it, Gil?
all the time. I'm like, long day at work.
It isn't easy to talk about erectile dysfunction, but Roman makes it easy to discuss and treat ED. A healthy life includes a healthy sex life, but if you struggle with erectile dysfunction, you may not feel like your best self. Correct, Gil?
Yes.
If you want help with ED, Roman connects you with a real U.S. licensed healthcare professional who can prescribe the medicine you need. What are your thoughts, Annie?
I just, guys, when you have to tell your girl she's hot, it's just she's so hot, you can't keep it on. Like it only works so many times. We've all gained a little weight over quarantine. We know it's not us.
Yep.
We know it's not us. It's you. And don't be embarrassed. Just fix it.
Tell us more about it, Gil.
With Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for ED, all from the comfort and privacy of your own home, Esther. A healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan. If medication is appropriate, Roman will ship you a real medicine with free 2-day shipping, Esther. The whole process is straightforward, simple, and discreet. Getting started is simple. Just go to getroman.com/TigerBelly and complete an online visit. Just go to getroman.com/TigerBelly to get $15 off your first order of ED treatment and a free online visit and free 2-day shipping. That's getroman.com/TigerBelly for $15 off your first order of ED treatment. Getroman.com/TigerBelly. Enjoy the rest of the show.
I once went to an AA meeting on accident because I really, honest to God, because I used to go to OA. And I got like the schedule wrong, and it ended up being AA. And I gotta say, the AA people really, it's a lot more serious than the OA people.
Really?
It was.
Also,
It's not funny. It's bad.
No, well, I went, I feel like a lot of people go to AA like as a joke. You're like, this
Mine
will
was
be funny. I'm like, oh, wait, so this will be hilarious.
It's not
Then
funny.
you're like, ugh.
Anyway, sorry, keep going.
But so I saw this girl from AA, and I was making my appointment, and she's like, oh, you can get one of the master hair stylist, and I was like, oh great, and she's like, or like I can do it. And I'm like, oh okay, like of course, like we're recovering, yay. And then I'm like, bitch, do you have the fucking shakes? Like what the hell is it? I did the thing that you should never do with anyone in your entire life, where I said the thing I didn't want rather than the thing I wanted. So I said, please don't cut it here, my hair flips one way and the other way if you do it here. Don't cut it here. And then she immediately cut it there.
oh, she's a
And I was
Bobby.
like,
You tell him what not to do, and he will absolutely
well,
do
they're just
that.
half listeners or whatever.
Well, no,
She's
that's
probably nervous because it was her first fucking haircut.
I learned this on TikTok. That's like a psychological part of the human condition. Like if we don't understand no, so it's like if you say don't think of a purple elephant, the first thing you do is think of a purple elephant. It's like our brain.
That's why you're not supposed to, if you have like any type of issues with like overeating, you're not supposed to will yourself and say, don't eat that food, don't eat that food, don't eat that food, don't think about food, don't think, because that's all you're going to obsess about.
Well, that's like
So
intuitive
true.
eating when you're supposed to. My parents and I listened to a book on intuitive eating on one of our trips.
Oh, yes, intuitive
on
eating. I'm learning
Thanksgiving.
that.
And we were listening to it. And my favorite thing to do with my dad is just shove food into our mouths and watch TV. Like just our last Christmas, I don't smoke weed anymore, but I have a rule that I will smoke weed with my family.
Your
because,
parents smoke pot?
Yeah, my dad, it's the most fun.
So do mine.
My dad is just, I would say he's curing his glaucoma. He's just laughing. His face is red. He just has the greatest time ever. He's always like that, but he just gets so funny on weed.
In my
And
house,
so-
we get high on puzzles.
Get high on
Do
your parents
drink,
doing things for
Esther?
you.
What?
Your parents drink?
No, I've never drank.
When you do puzzles with your parents, do they put the pieces in for you and then go, yeah, you did it, Esther?
And then I go, got one.
Or you go, that's wrong, you bitch. Why would you put it in there?
Get me cereal now.
There's just a dog biting your dad's face. But anyway, so my dad, our last Christmas, we were at my brother's house, and my sister-in-law's father always makes bread. So we're just shoving. It's 3 a.m. We're so high. Everyone else is asleep. My dad and I are sneaking up, trying to wake everyone up, just like slathering butter all over this bread. We drop the butter. We're like crying, laughing. There's butter all over the floor. We ate all the children's snacks. We ate all their goldfish,
Yeah.
and we had to replace them in the morning. The children's snack, like that's how high we were. Like we're like, let's just.
Wait, this is after you listened to the intuitive eating.
Okay, so
podcast?
no, this is years after we listened to it. But I wanted to let you know my relationship with my father. Like telling you these stories, there's no regrets. It's like the funniest thing we can do. But you know, he'll always be like, Annie, I have an idea. Let's go to the store and get something BAD, and we like go get cakes. But so I was like, I found this thing. I think we should listen to it. So we're listening to this book on intuitive eating. And it's going, you know, instead of saying things are bad or you shouldn't eat them, just everything, you're allowed to have everything you want. Like there's no rules, there's no good or bad. And we laughed our asses to the cake aisle. Like we were like, intuitive, I must have gained 50 pounds that week from my parents.
But
we were just like, woo! Like it was the most fun we've ever had.
That's really the good advice. That's the real advice. Because when I went to eating disorder camp, we learned there are no bad foods. Everything is good. Because when it's naughty, then it's like
then it becomes a temptation. You
Yeah.
label it in your mind as a temptation.
You're like, ooh.
I think that, you know how like your brain is supposed to release either like ghrelin, and that makes you hungry, and it releases leptin to basically tell you, oh, it's over, you're full.
Yeah.
I think I have drowned those those sensors out of my body, because I don't know. I eat for taste. I don't eat for fullness or for safety.
Yeah.
Like if I like something, I don't care how full I am. I just continue to gorge.
Let's be clear. I haven't been hungry in 25 years. Like I don't know the feeling of hunger anymore.
Same.
And it's fine. I mean, I don't.
Wait, but I'm surprised to hear this from you, Khalyla, because you're skinny.
Well, no, I was force fed my whole childhood. I was a racehorse, so I swam. I was a part of the Philippine national team ever since I was 8 years old, up until I retired when I was 21. And that's how when my dad lost all of his money, my sister and I were the breadwinners in the family. So we would swim for the national
the bread
team.
eaters.
So my mom,
That was what you were.
my mom, we would train twice a day. Ever since I was 8, I've had to do 2 a days.
Yeah.
Swim in the morning. I started lifting when I was 10, but she would have 6 tomatoes in the morning, a cup and a half of rice and pork chop, and then eggs. And we had to sit there and we had to eat it, to the point where I became so helpless. She had to spoon feed me. So I was spoon fed until I was 13. So I don't know what hungry or full is. I just know that I'm supposed to eat everything on my plate and force it down the hatch. And some nights it would be so bad where I would be crying at the table because I was so full, and I would still have to finish it, and I would vomit a lot in the middle of the night. I would wake up to my own vomit. This is a lot
I do
of
that.
fucking childhood
I have
trauma.
GERD where I just wake up choking on my own vomit. That's
I'm
the
just
best.
so jealous that you were spoon fed. I want that.
Dream come true.
Spoon fed, breastfed. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Have you asked Dave if he could spoon feed you?
He would be disgusted.
What if you gave him a little baby spoon and said, this is how I would like to be fed from here on out?
He would be so disgusted.
What if you gave him a hand job while he was doing it?
I always ask him to please dress me and he won't. But like one more
I do too. I go, please dress her. I can't look at the same fucking shirt every day. It's her merch and I love it, but I've never hated anything more too. It's like I hate it every day. I asked her yesterday, I go, what are you going to wear? And I was like, why did I ask? What is she going to wear? By the way, I get sleepover by Esther if you want to look like what Esther looks like every single day.
I feel like everyone is wearing Sleepover by Esther but me.
I will there's a new batch is coming in like 2 weeks. You guys will have it.
Thank you. I like those extra large, extra baggy, long sleeve shirts. That's my thing.
Great.
And
I can't wait for the hoodies and the sweatpants are coming and they are very good. It's the best material I've ever seen in sweatpants and a hoodie. And I hate her. Like I would never, I loathe her existence on this earth, but I'm telling you, she's done two things right. And it's the sweatpants and the hoodie. In her life.
It's true. And I'm a laughing stock in the downtown garment industry because I've like picked out the nicest, most expensive fabric that like you can't make a profit on.
So your margins are shit.
Yeah. But I'm just like, whatever.
But it's so worth it. You guys get those, that's $600. If you save it, you can get one of the items from her.
It won't be that expensive.
Wait, Esther, so how old were you when you had an eating disorder?
I had binge eating disorder. It's so embarrassing. I had the most embarrassing eating disorder, the one where you just eat like a pig because you can't stop.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And I didn't throw up or anything. I kind of had it in high school, but I was like managed it. And then in college, I gained a lot of weight and was like, oh, this is a problem.
We all saw your New Girl episode. Don't worry.
If
if you see me in New Girl.
It's the funniest thing because I'm always like, Esther, shut up. You've always been so cute, so perfect. And then I text her. I go, I just saw your New Girl.
How'd she look, Annie?
I owe you an apology.
Describe Esther and New
It's
Girl.
not like fat for the world, but
Fluffy. It's fluffed up.
it's like anyone else, you'd be like, she's thick, but Esther, it's just such a difference that it's just such a difference.
Oh, it just looks like me.
Just like a,
Premenstrual.
She looks like she can shot put. Okay.
I was gonna say Olympic athlete maybe.
Yeah.
In a specific.
You look
sport.
like you have muscles there.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, you're so full of shit.
But yeah, and then when I noticed the issues coming up again when like probably like 6 years ago or something, and I was like, you know what, this is creepy behavior, like I'm getting too weird, and I just called the back of my insurance card and got super lucky and like found a eating disorder clinic in Pasadena, and I went
That was a Chipotle. Esther.
they said I was their last customer.
Do they cook for you and stuff?
No, you bring
'Cause I
your
was
own
gonna say,
food.
is this
It was just like a,
to get a chef?
resort. No. But that's where I learned, like, you see a nutritionist and you do like therapy classes and stuff. It was basically me and a bunch of anorexic teenage girls. It was actually really fun.
I was bulimic for 2 years.
You were?
From the age, I was an over-exerciser. I would sit in the
Ooh, exerciseaholic.
So this is when I didn't have a lot of money still. I was a college kid, so I could only go to the Y. But I'm telling you, I burnt rubber at that YMCA in Glendale. I would run for 3 hours.
I think that's
and
Mark
then
Maron's.
come home and then count how many carbs would be in the fucking ketchup I would put next to my plate.
That makes me so
There
sad.
is something about when you get into like a crazy exercise routine and you just get so obsessed with things. A friend of mine is trying to lose weight and she keeps calling me and she'll go like, oh, I lost a pound, and she weighs herself every day, and I'm like, just never weigh yourself again. Like, what are you doing?
That's the
to
one
even
thing.
have numbers in your
Right.
head. It
I don't
doesn't
know.
wanna
You
help.
know what's not allowed in this house is a weighing scale. I have not.
Well,
owned a
we can look
weighing
at Bobby.
scale.
We can tell.
I can always kind of ballpark exactly how much he weighs, though.
I feel like I probably weigh the exact same amount as Bobby.
Not a chance. He weighs 175 pounds.
Oh, I'm close.
You're not
I carry my weight
175
well. Listen,
pounds.
I carry my
You
weight.
do. You're like
I
a
really,
cow.
I will. No one at a fair. I'm winning the prize because nobody's guessing my weight at a fair.
I can guess your weight.
age. No one will guess my age. They'll be like, she's either 12 or 84. I don't know.
Wait, I can guess your weight. Because you're built like you actually are built like an athlete.
I know. I have an athletic
I was gonna
build.
say Ronda Rousey is.
Yes, exactly. A little bit more than bantam. She's gonna go
I thought
maybe
she was
more
135 though.
Durandamy.
Yes. Well,
Durandamy. Yeah, closer a $150.
I would say 145.
He went 135. He went 135.
No,
He's
well,
so
130.
scared. He's in the penalty box already, and he's still scared.
115.
He's like, oh, you look. What are you under 100?
You think you're gonna
How do you
hurt
carry
Annie's
your own
feelings?
body?
135, 145.
No,
I'm thinking-
bantam. How tall are you, Annie?
I'm 5'6", but almost 5'7".
5'7". I'm gonna say because she has a Durandamy Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey cutting weight is 135, but walking around she's about, I'm guessing, 150 and up.
Let me guess. 380.
Are we revealing it? Are we guessing each other's weight?
I just never tell you. And thanks for tuning in. I just disappear from Hollywood. No, I think the last time I weighed myself, I was like 156.
Yes.
But when I before my stomach ulcer, which by the way, Jesus's diet, thank you, Lord. It was weird. You start shitting blood and you just really take control of what you need food for. It's weird.
What did you do after? Wait, hang on.
Well,
What do you think caused your ulcer?
Yeah, why are you bleeding?
Because you don't have H. pylori like I had suspected.
I was so stressed out. I was just honestly, Esther did it. It was like,
Oh, don't you dare.
oh my God, I forgot it was Esther.
It wasn't. This is her narrative that she's trying to spin. It wasn't me.
Esther was so annoying.
No,
that
she loves to say
caused
this.
Internal
No,
bleeding.
it's.
in my
I know
body.
what the real reason is. If you're allowed to, if I'm allowed.
Go.
I do too.
I don't know any reasons.
What would be secretive of the real reasons?
Because you were snorting ketamine. That's a secret.
Well, here's the deal. I have self-diagnosed.
But no, it was her
that.
little half Jewish friend. Okay.
Please, I told you to never mention that you're any Jewish. Get out. It's so embarrassing. She's Christian, okay? So annoying. I self-diagnosed that it was ketamine, and then I made Khalyla go on it because I was like, there's no way. I was prescribed-ish some medicine, and it was prescribed.
Yeah, it
Her
was.
friend gave it to her.
Prescribed to a friend.
It was prescribed it was in the fan.
It was in the
okay?
circle.
It was in the fan. And I was listen, I've done ketamine. I did ketamine as a child, raver style, and then I did it as an adult, raver style, but for my PTSD. And I actually did have some like incredible results.
Mm-hmm.
Esther, your PTSD is you pretending you don't have fucking stomach muscles, okay? I've been molested in every hole, okay? By every relative. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's
Never a
go.
relative,
Let's
thank
do it
you.
again.
You've never been molested by a relative? How?
I know.
That's.
Not
I
yet.
feel like that's the
Not
luckiest
yet.
thing.
After COVID. No, I know. Family member molestation.
That's a problem in my family. It's like all the molestations were all like incestual. Like all the girls in my family were molested by older uncles or cousins.
Well, now that you said the way you pronounce it, molestation, maybe it sounds like they take a little Molly, they get a little frisky with
festive.
little ones. But I have used it, and I did use it not prescribed because I just got health insurance for the first time in my life like 2 days ago. But I have used it appropriately ish, and then I had this, and I was like, fuck it, it comes in like a snort bottle. You're like, it's there.
Yeah, we'd all
Why
be
not?
hanging out, and everybody was having a really good time. And I thought we were just excited to see each other, but now I know it's because everybody's on
No,
drugs.
it's a disassociative. It's not like it wouldn't be me like I was disassociating from I was like, I just need distance from the most annoying person I've ever met in my life.
Wait, what is being on ketamine feel like? I've never done anything but drink and smoke weed.
Well, it feels like today's your day. We bring a doctor and that hands everyone little gift bags of ketamine.
Yeah.
It feels like you're like a cloud or something. You just feel very soft and
Lovey?
distance. Maybe not lovey. It's like you can go.
Fun.
You can sort through your shit without taking it personally. You can go through like your
Can you get
traumas.
sloppy on ketamine?
Yeah, you can take too much and get a little slurry and
Okay, so one should not operate a vehicle.
oh no, not
I
at all.
will say that I have listened to some stuff about ketamine, and that it is it's being used to treat depression.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
ketamine
totally
clinics.
crazy. The way that people have told me about it, I'm like, oh, I would consider that. I'm on Lexapro, so I don't think I need it, but
Is that another fake sponsor?
Esther already
Esther
told
just
you.
tells you the things that she does and is on and buys full price and acts like they're paying her money and they're not.
Wait, I want to know this. Is Prima paying you?
yeah, they do pay me.
Okay,
Look,
good.
they don't pay me a lot, but they pay.
But she believes in the product.
Okay, that's good. Are you an investor then?
No, no, I'm not.
She invests time on her Instagram.
Because I feel like your ads are really good for them. I'm just going to throw that out there, Prima. I think that she deserves a
Get a cut.
big pot of that gold that you're carrying.
I would hope to only do ads in the future. If you're listening,
One day.
for things that I like. Funyuns. Funyuns. I've given you a lot of press over the years. I once made a
Taco
Funyun
Bell,
necklace.
Taco Bell.
I made a Funyun necklace once where I broke all of the Funyuns and then I spent just hours super gluing them together into a chain.
With
then
no
I'm like, why
intention of eating them?
No, because they was already super, and I just wore them. I just threw them out recently.
That's so nasty,
Yeah.
Annie. That's a you know what I mean?
I'd rather do affiliate links than make Funyun jewelry. Fucking loser.
For nothing. It was for nothing. It wasn't. It was for my own.
Did
And
they
this was before quarantine.
Did
I
they
had other
acknowledge
things to
you?
do.
did Funyuns acknowledge you?
Oh,
Shame on them.
losers. Yeah, they're the losers.
Is there a way to enlarge a penis safely and effectively these
What?
days?
Well, you can shrink a pussy.
You
I
can.
mean, yeah, I know
yeah,
that
you
we can.
stitch it up. You tighten it up.
Yeah, you can get a vaginoplasty and get a little, glow up of the pussy.
Will
yeah.
you perform a vaginoplasty on me?
Yeah. I'll be
I'm
like,
gonna circumcise Gilbert. You guys know that?
wow. That better be behind a paywall. You better make some extra cash on that one.
We are, and I'm not even gonna
Patreon.
do it with a Gomco clamp, like you know how they do it in
Like
the hospital.
Very American.
I'm gonna do it like an old traditional Filipino shaman.
With
Could-
like
could you
a
describe
with
to
like
them
a
what that
coconut
is?
shell.
Yeah, they basically take the foreskin and then they take
My dad said
piece of-
pineapple shard. He said
Pineapple?
pineapple shard.
Well, my mom said it was differently. You look, each province has their own technique.
Fruit they use, yes.
But they basically pull the foreskin up, strap it to something hard, chop it off, and then they chew.
Can I chew?
Yeah, you can chew. You can do the chewing.
You guys,
Bring in the chewer.
if the money is right, this is what I would do if I was.
Well, you're not
against
chewing
wall.
the foreskin.
Oh. I was
Chewing-
chewing like a good natural gum.
You're chewing herbal leaves. We call it kamungai. I think in America you call it moringa. And then you chew other type of therapeutic leaves, and then you put it at the open wound, so to help it heal.
Is that what that is in the cup over there?
Would you wear his foreskin as a necklace?
For the right price? Yeah.
I feel like Jenna would.
I feel like Jenna has and will. Yeah.
She has, yeah.
She wore it as a hat, as a beanie.
Are you really doing that?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the promise that was that as soon as if we were to hit 500,000 subscribers, that we would do it. And I made that promise on the second episode
Like
of
second or
TigerBelly.
third episode of
It's
ours.
like, hey, when we get to 500,000,
Of
can I
this show,
circumcise you? And he was like, yeah,
5 years ago.
because we didn't think we would. So
Does your girlfriend care?
She likes
She
all the
probably
men in her
likes
all the
dick.
men
She
in
doesn't
her
want his
all the
dick.
men in her family are circumcised. She wants our child to be circumcised. I say no.
Does
because
she have
yeah,
a lot
I
of
think
sexual
no, too.
relationship with those
The-
family members? Just like all the other guys, all of her ex-uncles over there.
no, I don't think it's a big deal anymore. I'm not. If I had a son, I wouldn't circumcise. I would make that a choice. He can.
I never
make it.
cared. I mean, of course, clean it out so I don't get fucking BV, but
Have you had BV?
yes, where you walk into the room and people's like, who brought the fish fillet? And you're like, I don't know.
BV really is gnarly.
It's
I've
just
never
so
had it,
disgusting.
but I've had. I've definitely smelt an aroma in a room.
Are you serious?
No, I hooked up with this
Oh
guy.
yeah, BV. You can't miss BV.
What do you smell?
You can't miss it, Esther.
Do you ever
I've-
smell it and crave sushi?
No, my God, because sushi isn't fishy. Good fish, fresh fish should not be fishy.
You stupid bitch. You dumb bitch. Are you dealing with the fact that you've been smelling this stuff?
and that you like it.
That's what it was?
And then it makes me
Hungry
hungry.
for sushi?
When you can't afford Sugarfish, just have sex with an uncircumcised dick.
Oh yeah, what happened? What was the Sugarfish drama the other day?
Oh, wow.
Don't even. This is not
We
worth.
went on a walk. It was, who was there? Carlos?
Me, Carlos, Annie, and my partner Dave, which I love him, but I hate when he's with me and my friends. He cramps my style. I feel like I can't be myself.
I like it.
Because she made him laugh, so she was really excited.
I made him belly laugh. Okay, it was a good one.
But he offered, he was like, oh, we should all eat sushi together. And I was like, it's COVID. I don't want to eat with my friends. Like, there's no point. We're going to have to sit outside. It was cold that night. I'd rather just eat by
Okay, wait, but by the way, we could have eaten when it was warmer out, but Esther said, I'm not going to eat until 6:30.
I had just had a snack.
By the time it's ordered, by the time it gets there, bitch, you would have been hungry.
Wouldn't you rather eat privately, comfortably than have to?
Oh, I don't break bread with anyone at all. I will never. It's going to be years before I break bread with either of you.
Well, I know. I can't wait to see you. Got to have it spoon fed. To you.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this.
yeah,
She's crying. I cannot wait to see the feeding.
You know what's crazy is you were the last person that I had plans with before COVID hit.
what
Remember?
happened? We're supposed to double date.
Yeah, we were gonna finally have the big double date, and then I went out of town because I had a mental breakdown. But then we rescheduled, and then it was about to be COVID.
That I had a mental breakdown. Probably.
What was the where were you gonna go?
We hadn't picked it, but maybe somewhere around here. I don't know.
Yeah, I know I said yes, but it probably I feel like I'm really awkward when I eat with people.
Me too.
Because I'm so focused on the food that
Me
I
too.
just really don't want to fucking talk while I'm chewing.
I had this same issue. I don't want to eat with you.
You don't chew
And now
either. Are you pretending like you've chewed anything? You're on FaceTime smashing food into your mouth with me all the time. I've seen you are I've seen your period leaking through your pad. I've seen everything disgusting about you.
Annie has a real vendetta against your reusable period pads.
And
by the way.
everyone should, okay?
Sorry, I'm saving the planet
No.
one bloody pad at a time.
It's not about that. It's you are gross. It's you just have just a commitment to being disgusting.
What do you use when you get your bloody
She
time?
free bleeds.
I fucking shove I go outside.
Bleached, like chemical laden tampon, probably.
Sometimes, yeah.
So I bleed into a diaper and then I wash it and then I use it the next day.
Have you ever made Dave wash it?
No, I do the laundry.
And it's because of the skid marks and stuff?
Wait, is this the Sugarfish drama?
No, that
Oh yeah, you're right. Let's
Okay,
get
so
back to
Dave
the Sugarfish
offers
drama.
to
You
pay,
guys are
which
going
I-
on a walk.
We're going on a walk. Dave is like he has solidified himself in all of our lives as a father figure because he's so constantly rejecting.
yeah.
He gives you very little, okay?
He's a dream killer.
If
He's
you
become the dream killer.
if you come into his life as a friend of Esther's, like that's what always gets me because
Yeah,
I know if he had met me in a writer's room or something, he would be impressed by me. But because I'm friends with Esther, I get treated like I may as well work at the mall. Like he's just like
You're a second class
I'm nothing. I'm nothing to him. So when I'm like I'm trying to get in there, I'm like, can I get a smile or like a
Wait, one time in the beginning of the pandemic, we went on an outside walk together. Me, Annie, and
Where
Dave.
else would you be walking?
Well,
Esther?
true.
Oh wait, mall indoor.
walk?
And Annie like goes like, "Hey, Dave,"
I just forgot.
and he goes, "Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me," or
And I was
something.
like,
Did he mean it?
Yeah, he's
well, he has asthma. I get it. I mean, not asthma. He has
sleep apnea.
apnea.
We actually took a nap for the first time. He fell asleep.
Do you guys have your CPAP masks like kind of like?
I
they
don't
coming
wear
from the
one
same
too.
machine?
I don't need one too. But he sleeps with a breathing mask because he has sleep apnea, and he fell asleep without his mask. And I'm not kidding you. It sounded like the devil was trying to escape his body. It was so scary.
He was performing his own exorcism.
Yeah, like the devil was coming out. It's so
For him to have to go through that every night and then deal with you during the day.
it's all the same.
Wait, okay, back to Sugarfish, guys. For the fuck's sake.
So we're on this walk and I'm having a good Dave day. Okay, we're on this walk. I say something that he belly like it comes like to the point where I was like, I know this is gonna ruin it, but I just have to say that felt really good. How hard you just laughed at that, and it did ruin it. But I think he got off on the fact that how much approval we seek from him.
He doesn't like it, but
So then he's walking ahead and Esther's looking at me. He's like, he'll be gone soon. And I'm like, he's been great. What are you talking about? She's like, "Oh." And then so he goes, oh, maybe later. Okay, he gives me nothing, gives me a big laugh, and then he goes, how about later I get you guys all Sugarfish? We all enjoy the most
And then all the
expensive,
kids are-
delicious.
Now, was this the first time you'd ever gotten an invite like that from Dave?
no, he
Ever.
took us out to sushi once.
Yeah, it was about 20 years ago, and I divided up, and I think of a little piece of it every day. I think that one time, and I was so touched. I mean, I was living in my car. When you let people know you live in your car, which it's hard not to explain it when they see like your pillow and stuff in the car, but and then they don't pay for it is a weird moment.
No, but
when they check
Dave
in.
always pays.
Yeah, we know you're
So you get invited to
engaged to him.
Sugarfish.
We're wondering.
You get invited to Sugarfish.
and it's shot down like so immediate, like no. And then it was like, we're just gonna. And Dave's like,
Wait,
"Are you
Esther said no?
Yes.
Oh.
Because I didn't want to eat outside with my friends when I wasn't hungry yet. Sugarfish is something like you want to earn it. You want to be
She has it
starved.
every day, by the way.
I do not
Earn
wanna-
it. She has done one sit up in the past 7 years. She's not earned Sugarfish.
Yeah, but look, I feel bad because I'm now realizing it's more about Annie wanted Dave to buy her Sugarfish, which it's not about being with us. It's about him paying.
It's also just not even about Sugarfish, the food itself. You just wanted to.
It was such a nice, and he kept. It wasn't like, you could tell he really, really wanted to give that gift because Esther said no, and then he just kept being like, "Are you sure? Like, come on." And I'm like, Esther, he's literally begging to spend more time. Like, can you like, and to buy a very nice, expensive thing for us.
I do feel bad about that, and I will make sure that.
And
he
you
buys
do.
it.
Oh, you certainly owe me money. You certainly owe me money, bitch.
I get really quiet around Dave. As soon as Dave gets in the room, I don't know if you guys notice, I'm like,
Yeah, because he's
because I'm
like,
so the opposite of trying to. I'm just always. I don't know. I respect Dave a lot, so I'm like, I will keep my cards really close to my
I know.
chest.
And then you have to remember, like, but he's like marrying her.
Yeah, but
He's not.
it took
shit.
8 years of manipulative tactics to get that to happen.
And then you don't even want a wedding.
No, now that we're engaged, I'm just like, oh, I'm so secure now. Like, we're not breaking up. I'm fine. I don't need anything.
So you could be
else.
engaged forever.
Totally.
I think weddings should just be like, it would be fun. You just, the tackiest you can do. You just go to
That would
Vegas.
be fun.
and-
I have a question for you guys. So in the event
Yes,
that
I
Bobby
will
is
marry you.
serious, in the event, you really look like Scarlett Johansson, like right this second.
She always does.
You know,
But
my
if
niece
something-
says the same thing. She's
Oh, yeah?
like, Ate, she really looks like ScarJo. I'm like, oh, go tell her that. She'll really love it. In the event that this Bobby is for real about this wedding, he says that like, all my family's in the Philippines, so I want a wedding in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And he's like, no one's going to go. Not a single comic is going to go to the Philippines. I want to ask you guys, is this true? Like, you guys wouldn't go?
For your wedding, I would go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not a big international traveler. What?
It's very
What a
eco-friendly.
flashback.
You're actually doing the right thing.
Yeah, I'm just good for the environment. I
Now,
don't take a lot of showers.
This is how much she doesn't like traveling abroad. Her poor fiance that's just dealt with her for just years, just dealt with her. He finally convinces her to go to Japan. Okay.
That's right. Did you intentionally break your toe?
And then
No.
she didn't intentionally do it, but she broke her toe on a foam roller. Okay. It's very soft. And she used exercise equipment for the first time and actually injured herself. Accidentally. She ran into him and stubbed her pinky toe on a foam roller and then was trying to get out of this trip. But then what happened? Did you have your dream trip? What ended up happening?
He pushed me around Japan in a wheelchair for 2 weeks.
Esther wins. Esther always wins.
But it was really cold in the wheelchair.
Was it fun?
Was it fun?
Was Japan fun in a wheelchair?
I wish I could have walked, if I'm being honest.
Esther, you could have walked.
No. It wasn't. No. Don't go
Don't get
there.
it twisted.
Did you not have a boot? Yes or no?
The boot, actually, I couldn't wear the boot because the boot would hurt my neck even worse.
her neck.
What?
Because if you think about it, when you're walking in the boot,
No,
I
want you to
don't
remember
have
that she
muscles.
does walk like that. I want you to remember that she actually does walk like she's in a boot. That actually is her natural.
I feel like we're glossing over a huge thing here, which is that Bobby basically proposed to you like what, yesterday?
But it's not a real proposal. I'm not taking it as such.
But also, are you going to? It is a little manipulative. He's forcing you to do something. It's like there's.
Well, imagine if I put the down payment for everything and he's like, oh, wait, so I have to get clarification. I was
you do
hoping
the
we
down
could call him, but I don't know.
Can you do the down payment with his money?
Yeah,
You're the
not
one who
paying
said
for it.
Wait, Esther insisted that I ask Bobby to be a beneficiary on his bank account. And so we were on FaceTime. He was like, ask him. I asked Dave. You have to require that. So I asked Bobby, I was like, hey, can I couldn't even finish the sentence. He was like, nope.
That's
I'm surprised he even lets us all be friends anymore after that.
I know, I do feel bad, but I don't know. I stand by it. I think that you've put in a lot. You've cleaned up his life, and I think you need to be a beneficiary on the account.
And maybe clean the car too. But we've seen the inside.
I don't clean that. Do you know why I don't do anything for it's called boundaries.
Yeah.
If in the beginning of our relationship, I found myself really just always with 9 toes out the door because I would do things like clean his car. And I would clean all of his messes, do everything. And I'm like, why do I hate this man so much? I'm like, oh, because I'm his actual maid.
Yeah.
And so what I do now is I just outsource that job. I refuse to do it. Even if there's a big block of mold or a fucking entire like mushroom ball living in that Prius, I will not take it out of principle. And my therapist says that's the correct move.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I just end up resenting him if I do that.
Please don't ever teach that rule to my mom.
No, your mom's hooked.
That's different because
going
my mom babies me. I go back to being an absolute baby.
My mom has like flown to where I live to clean my house for me before. Yeah.
Does your mom still brush your hair?
No, because I never that was a source of anger and contempt and
Why?
when I was little, because I had knots and I would just scream and I never liked it. So she cut my hair short. And here we are, gender confused. Not quite sure what I am.
Wait,
are we?
does your Wikipedia really say trans?
Someone changed it back, but God, that was fucking hilarious. It said Annie Lederman is a trans comedian working in Los Angeles. And I was like, this person must be knighted. This is the funniest thing. Because I do, like, sometimes I will, when people, like, write something stupid, like when they're like, wow, you're like so the funniest girl or whatever, I go like, how do I think you're funny? You're a girl. I always go, I'm trans, that's why. And I just think that's funny, and then someone just ran with it.
The more I get to know Annie, the more I start to realize like she's that one member of the family that people just kind of like try to avoid and just keep the peace.
Yeah,
with.
you know the truth teller, usually that happens to the one that tells the truth as a child.
Yeah, the authentic
Scapegoated.
one. This was I sent you guys a video on authentic people.
I care a lot more about what people think of me to say that I'm the authentic person that they were talking about, but I think I tell the truth and I get scapegoated, but my family has gotten over it. They're cool with it now. But I used to just always be calling out all the shit and people would get annoyed. I'm a flashlight in your basement person.
Oh, I like that. Come on over anytime.
No, you do like that actually. Whenever I call you out on anything, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you get triggered, but it's very rare.
That's how I know you're more like Bobby. Bobby loves it too.
Really?
Even if it's if you roast him, if you go after him in any way, he sees it as love and attention and affection.
Hey guys, we're going to take one more break to share some favorite sponsors with you.
Look, guys, online shopping can be daunting. You never know if things will fit, returns are difficult, and you don't even know what store to start with. This season, let Stitch Fix do all the hard work.
I like that there's a stylist that can pick your outfit out for you. You don't have to get their COVID. They send it to you. You wipe it down, you try it on. If you don't like it, you send it back. I mean, how do you lose? How do you lose? Unless Esther's your stylist. And then it's all just reusable pads. Like, why is this whole box reusable pads?
You guys know that Bobby is an oddly shaped little man. That's not a secret. So finding things that fit him can be a little bit daunting. That's why he loves Stitch Fix, because they make they send you clothes that are very specific to your unique body dimensions. And even if you're shaped like Humpty Dumpty, like our sweet little Bobo.
After the fall.
And on top of that, he doesn't feel stressed out about having to return something that doesn't fit, because all returns are free. And so he has absolutely enjoyed his first box and cannot stop raving about it.
And also, for you single guys, you don't have a girlfriend with you during quarantine to pick out your outfits. You can just have a stylist do it. It's a girlfriend in a box. And you can return it without hurting her feelings.
There's no subscription required. Try Stitch Fix once or set up automatic deliveries. You'll pay just a $20 styling fee for each box, which gets credited towards pieces you keep. And there are no hidden fees ever. Get started today at stitchfix.com/belly. And you'll get 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. That's stitchfix.com/belly for 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. stitchfix.com/belly. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Wait, do you have any early memories of what Bobby said about me early on? Or
That is very Bobby for her to do that.
Yeah.
I think that let me think. No, I don't think we ever really discussed it until I met you at was it the Irvine or Brain Improv?
Yeah, one of the improvs.
Yeah, but I found you to be really cute
and non-threatening.
I always thought you were really pretty. But and I remember looking at older pictures of Bobby, you guys going out to eat. So I was like, oh, I think like Esther's his like real friend in comedy. And I remember meeting you, and you were like, do you want to see my boobs?
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's the first thing you said to me.
You know what? It does like kind of insult me, because you do think of like a special moment with someone, and then you realize this is just their game they play on every.
Did you do that to you, Annie?
She pulled my tits out of my shirt and then pulled hers out. It was like an immediate one-up. Like I was like, oh, bitch, really? You think you're going to be the only one pulling tits out in this hallway?
I do think if I did that to Khalyla, which now I'm remembering, it might have just been a tactic so I could see your boobs.
Because I had fake boobs. I had big, shiny fake boobs at that time.
Yeah.
Oof.
It was exciting for me.
They always look so greased up. Fake boobs.
Fake, they do, and I didn't like that.
Because the light just like catches them, because it's like taut skin.
You know, as soon as I woke up from my boob surgery, I cried right into them.
Did a guy tell you to do it?
No, Bobby begged me not to do it.
You did it while you were with Bobby?
I did it maybe the third week that I was with him, because I had already made my appointment months before we met. And when he met me, he loves like flat chests. He was really against it. But then my sister had a crush on me.
I never thought Bobby had a crush on me until now.
No, he likes real athletic looking people. Annie, you are his dream girl. I also really do think that he likes blonde girls. Like that's like a true.
Do you ever? Is that like a role play you guys do, where you're like, I'm dumb and blonde?
Oh, you guys know we've done everything. I've gone down. We'll go down a roster of our characters another day. 'Cause
Yeah,
that'll
let's
take
do that another day.
3 episodes of characters. But my sister had just gotten a boob job the year before, and it looked amazing on her body. She's 6 feet tall, so she can carry, she can carry big breasts well.
Yeah.
As soon as I took the bandage off, I was like, I felt claustrophobic. I cried right into my boobs. I hated them.
It's such a scary procedure.
And then I got sick. I started getting these really weird heart
yeah.
issues. So I was like, take these fucking tits off of me. So I was really happy.
How long did you have them for?
2 years.
And what are your size now?
Ace.
Oh.
Yeah, Annie and I are 18.
Boob twins.
We're boob twins.
I'm like a sloppy B plus.
Yeah, you actually have bigger boobs than I thought, Esther.
No, Esther has a cute little hourglass body that doesn't match or isn't really like, deserving.
Rick Glassman used to tell me that my boobs were a waste on me. I was like, I see that.
But Esther and I used to be very flashy girls. We were very like.
I stopped that. I used to flash when I thought it was funny.
I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And then the minute you realize it's not funny and you start to see the reactions, it's a crazy thing to do.
Wait, so you would just
we were just like,
I would flash my guy. I mean, when I was in my early 20s at the store, I would do I wanted to be gross, so I would flash my tits. That's not gross, obviously, but I would put my finger in my vagina and rub the slime on the guys.
Oh my God.
and it was green. And they all still have the mark. It's weird.
just an acid burn.
But then when I started dating Dave, he was like, you can't just flash your boobs. And I was like, okay. I didn't understand
My
at first.
ex-boyfriend had to tell that to me. So he goes,
Yeah, we're stupid.
I go, no, it's funny. I look like a little Polish boy. He's like, you don't look like a boy even a little bit. I was like, no, I'm like a little boy. My mom cut my hair short. I literally it's so funny how I'm like, how I had one relationship where the guy, even though he kind of sucked and it was toxic in a lot of ways, he really like snapped me out of being like a 4-year-old. I mean, everything in my life that I thought it was something I decided when I was so fucking young. I was like, yeah, whatever. We're just showing our tits. Like, no big deal.
Wait, do you remember? So like a couple months ago, I had Annie come to my backyard to try on my sample sweatsuit. And at the time, Dave was working on a Zoom, like in a writer's room, but right in front of this big window to the backyard. And so Annie just got butt naked and like ran over to the. And
he's just bringing in the bacon for this.
And Dave
just providing this home and this life for Esther.
And Dave texts, he's like, please make her stop. Like, I'm so uncomfortable.
And the minute I see how disgusted and uncomfortable he is, the more I'm like, I gotta keep going. I was like, should I go labia? No.
Nothing gets me off more than my friends getting naked in front of my fiance. I don't know why. It's not like a sexual thing. It's just so funny.
He's so upset.
He hates it because Whitney will be on the FaceTime with us, and when Dave's in the room, and she'll just go full butt naked.
And when she says butt naked, she means butthole naked. She will show us her asshole.
Dave's like, please stop. So Khalyla, it would be my honor if you would get naked for my man and make him uncomfortable.
And he will hate it.
Let me ask you guys this then. Since you're very similar to Bobby in the sense that you're kind of both nudists, what is the line? Like, because Bobby also does not, he has, run around naked in the past, but he's always done it, always in the same way or in the same vein as you guys do it, which is like, oh, we're 4-year-old children, right?
I mean, it totally is like running through a sprinkler in the yard the way we do it. It's so
fucked up.
Yeah. So if let's say not Bobby but someone else were to just run around, you didn't know him very well, but they were just run around in your backyard, Esther. Let's say Annie brought a friend, and Dave came out and was hanging out with them, and this male friend just started running around naked in the backyard.
And
I'd be like, this is a schizophrenic person, probably. I'd be like, this person needs to be like picked up. There needs to be like a net that grabs this person and puts them in the back of a car of a van.
Please do that to me. Please catch me in a net one day.
Oh my God. And you'll be flapping around
And
with
put
your
me in your
muscles.
Wait, that's what we should do, Esther. Throw you in a pool and just grab you with a giant net.
No,
like a
she
jellyfish.
can't be thrown in a pool.
I will not do pool jokes. There's no pool.
She knows I'm gonna eventually waterboard her. Like
There's
her
no
death
water-
will be by water by me.
Water comedy. No, when I was in elementary school, my friends used to hold me in the water, and then they would dunk me. I can't.
Her friends, the priest, was just baptizing her. They were just trying to get you to heaven, bitch.
Wait, what's with a pool? Are you scared of swimming?
I can't
She's scared
swim.
of water.
I can't go
Esther.
underwater.
This is the thing.
Do you
with
want to
Esther.
learn how to swim, or you
it's-
just refuse?
No, she wants to be carried. She wants a human raft to be formed of all the people that are busy.
Can I ride
in
you?
her life that are doing things to make money so she can survive. She wants us to all bind our legs and arms together and float and use our lung capacity so that she can be taken without a drop of water on her too. And then
Esther,
she'll
I'm
be
a
mad
really
at
good
us.
raft.
Then she'll be mad at us for some. She'll like, it smells weird or something.
I can
got
take
my
you around
hair
my
wet.
back.
You
I'm
were
a
right.
really strong swimmer. And
Really?
I'm very used to having kids jump on my back while I'm swimming. And
I
taking
can't
them
wait to
around.
go with you to the beach and you just turn into Moana and you're
know.
like her grandmother in the.
No, she becomes a mermaid.
Yeah, she definitely has like a
literally
fin.
has a fin.
I kind of now want you to actually jump on my back, Esther.
Okay.
That'd be a really cute experience and bonding experience. For
And then
us.
she can learn like you'll see how like her like muscles can like support.
Yeah, I'll be like, kick, Esther, kick.
She won't kick.
Mama.
I'll be in the back kicking her feet for her.
Oh my god.
Okay, so no pool jokes because you're afraid of drowning.
And I'll do pool humor, but not at the pool. That's what I mean.
Is that also why you refuse to get into a swimsuit?
Yeah, I don't. I have a Trump. I
No,
really.
it's not a swimsuit. That's not the issue. It's because her pubes are down to her ankles, okay?
Oh, Esther.
It's so I have seen Esther. Who came over? Was it Olivia?
Yeah.
One of the first times we met one of our beautiful, gorgeous celebrity friends, Esther was in a swimsuit.
Oh yeah.
With her pubes. Like, it was like, Esther, oh my God. Olivia Munn's coming over. Can you put a towel around her waist? Does anyone have a robe she can put around her waist so the length will cover?
Is that just the aesthetic you're going for, Esther?
No, I do
Yeah,
have.
she got the ring and then.
I have more hair in that area. I feel like than most people. No, do you have pubes that go like down to the?
I do.
side?
I do.
Yeah.
But you know where I don't have pubes? Where they're supposed to be. Where the pussy pad, it's like they just migrated
You have like
outside.
a friar tuck, like where it's like, that's so good.
It just migrated to everywhere else but where they're supposed to be.
That sounds. I actually kind of am into
Can I
that.
show you guys?
Yeah.
Through the glass?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my
Mind
God,
you,
George is like, I'm married.
hang on.
Gilbert's
Before
like, I'm not.
I want to preface this by saying I also have not done anything there for over a year since the pandemic. But this is the maximum growth I will have. Don't look at the length of the hair. Think of the distribution. Okay?
Did you ever get laser? Is there a reason for that?
No, I've never. It's just my hair just stopped growing. 1 second. Gilbert, look away.
Mark this, George.
That's all you've got?
Oh my God, you are actually Asian.
You want to see the sides?
Yes, badly.
Wow.
Okay, can I just say something?
It's very
You don't
good.
know what pubic hair is. You have no idea.
Oh, wow.
You have no idea. You really are Asian and I'm Jewish and that's that. And the case is closed.
I know. I'm like, I thought I was a quarter Jew. I guess I might be 3/4 Jew at this point.
Yeah, my situation is a lot more.
It's
Let's just
so
say
light.
let's just say I'm warmer at night than you.
Let's just say there's never been a vaginal draft.
Oh, why do you think I don't grow hair there?
Is
It's
that
not an Asian thing because Asian women
What are your
have
armpits like?
full bushes. I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah, no, I've seen.
Do you
I've
not
seen
think that I have any blood flow in that area? That it just went to sleep?
I think the Lord blessed you.
How, Annie? It's going down to my inner like the wrong
It
direction.
does look a couple weeks into chemo. It does. A couple of treatments. One time, I used to do a joke about this, but it's true. One time I was getting eaten out by my ex-boyfriend and he was chewing cinnamon gum. I'm just saying that it was cinnamon just because I think
Big Red.
it was Big Red. And while I'm telling this, I do want to plug cinnamon gum. I want you guys to revisit it. It is better than you remember. But he was chewing some Big Red and he fell asleep while he was going down on me.
What?
And
That's-
it takes a while. Listen, it takes me like a
Annie,
full Sade album.
a guy fell asleep going down on you?
Yeah.
That's really sad.
It takes a while. Yeah, that he would want to rest his head on such a beautiful Venus pillow. So he fell asleep. And then when I woke up, I had the gum in my... And I was getting lasered at this point, so you can't shave.
Wait, did
or
it
you
get tangled
can't-
in your pubes?
Yeah, so it was stuck in my pubes.
Oh, good Lord.
So then I had to shave like a little part out. And so the joke I tell on stage is that it looked like my pussy was about to go in for brain surgery. Like they just like shaved the one spot.
Just a little patch.
And the other part of the joke is that the only way I knew how to get gum out of hair is peanut butter. But then I didn't want but then my dog came in and ate me out. It was like,
Ew.
it's a good joke. Everyone loves it.
When I was younger, the first time I ever had butt sex was when I was 17.
Wow.
Same.
Really?
Yeah, high school.
I had butt sex when I was like 32 for the first time and only time.
It's more of a high school girls game.
Yeah, it's totally.
I met
right.
the right Irish guy. His penis was so fucking small. I was like,
My
I'm
yes
ready.
years. My yes years was when
Yeah.
I was younger. After 30,
20s,
it's no
I was
to
so
everything.
yesy.
But I would take an Ambien and then try to stay awake. So for every single one of my butt sex experiences was a very almost like a fever dream. Because I kind of remember them, and
It's like hot. Like, oh.
yeah,
That's
it-
kind of like a fun little thing.
yeah, and I
Drug
just didn't
yourself?
really. I didn't want to be stone cold, like aware
No.
of everything when I first did it. So I have a really, really good memory of the first time I got ass fucked. It's a warm memory in my mind.
Gilbert like gazing into your eyes and being like,
It sounds
feel
a
you,
lot
I
like
feel
when I
you.
got my colonoscopy.
Warm.
Oh yeah, you and I have had colonoscopies.
I haven't.
Because they give you,
You
that
don't need one
twilight.
until you're 50.
Or your name is 50.
Wait, why did you get a colonoscopy?
I'm a hypochondriac. You know me.
How did you convince someone that you needed one? Because it has to be pretty compelling evidence.
I really think that Esther just puts her name in things and leaves the age out, and they just think that she's elderly because of the name and that she just gets all these perks.
I'm first in line for the vaccine just by name alone.
I came to get it for my grandmother.
Do we know people who jumped the line?
Carlos.
Carlos jumped the line, and then we know someone who,
Right. That's on the
but
fence.
that kind of like
Yeah.
Who?
We don't know.
that we discussed.
We
We already
discussed.
discussed. Oh God, I can't stand her. She's so full of shit. You really don't remember?
No, whisper.
Into the microphone?
Yeah, whisper into the
It's not a
mic.
criminal. It's not a crime.
Is there a world where I'm able to teach Esther how to swim in a sink?
No, in a really big tub. I
We
think
should
that'd
teach
be
her in a
really-
bathtub like fucking the movie Mermaid.
I would love to record a podcast where I'm taking a bath. I just sleep on that and figure that out.
Did you say she's telling us to sleep on it to figure it out for her?
Yeah.
Or a sleepover.
A real
Sleepover podcast.
sleepover, though.
Yeah, of course.
That's
real.
what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a 2 a.m. podcast.
Yeah.
We were just
Dude.
in our jammies. And then because 2 a.m. brain is very different from 4 p.m. brain. You start saying some really wild, whimsical.
Do you take
shit.
Ambien halfway through?
I can.
We can do that, but it doesn't have to be 2 a.m. every time. But like we could do a special little.
Yeah, but I don't
Esther's
want to,
like-
Esther, I don't want to have to fake a 2 a.m. slumber party at 3
Esther's
p.m.
like, like
not
someone
saying
dim the
fake
lights
it.
so it looks like it's 2 in the
No,
morning.
no. I'm not saying fake it. I'm saying what I want to do someday is rent a house. Maybe it's in Palm Springs or something. And then, maybe it's us. I don't know, whoever's doing a podcast. And you have like a 5-day thing. We stay up all night. We record one sleep,
Uh-huh.
we could record it like that.
Okay, and that just sounds like a
Yeah.
vacation podcast,
Yeah.
right?
Vacation pods.
I don't know.
It's just, you're having post-COVID dreams.
Yeah.
I like that.
Or if there's maybe there's a way to,
Skip the line for the vaccine.
All right, Gil, do we have, you guys know how this works. At
Yeah.
the end of the podcast, we have an email that we will answer.
Unhelpful advice with Esther, Annie, and Khalyla.
Are you making fun of my voice?
It sounds great. Hi guys, my name is Daniel, longtime fan from Cape Town, South Africa. On the 27th of January 2019, a close friend of mine died in a driving accident. He was 21. We have a close-knit friend group, and we met in film school. After his death, I would say as a group we did become closer, but I can't say I know how his death is affecting them. We do talk about him, but we never speak about how his death is still affecting us individually. I think it's because we don't want to put our grief on each other. If that makes any sense, I still cry about him and I become more emotionally sensitive than I realized. I get brought to tears by music, films more often. It always has to do with losing him. It's been hard trying to find ways to say goodbye, but no luck. The five of us get a group tattoo. I think it's Sic Parvis Magna. It's from Uncharted. It's his favorite PS4 game. And I will say it does help me remind me to be aware of people around me and take genuine interest in their life. My question is, do you guys think we ever move on from losing a friend, and how do you deal with long-lasting grief?
I'll let you, Bobby and Khalyla, start, and I'll follow.
Well, I feel like that's actually a interesting question for us specifically because we've just lost two like very close. Well, not very close, but there was one that was very close. I always think it's such a weird, like, I'm torn always because it's like you want to keep the person's memory alive, but it's sad to think about them. So I think I'm much more keeping the memory alive. I think I get very afraid to like bring Brody up to you because I know you guys were so close in a different way than I was with him. And my instinct, and I think this is a little bit of my codependency, but when I found out about Brody, I was like, and I do this, I defer it. And that's my way of like, I guess, avoiding what's happening. But I mean, my number one goal was like, I have to get to Esther. I have to like take care of Esther. And so I think I have that a lot with you. Like I had a dream about him the other night and I was like, trigger warning, do you want to hear about it? And you were like, yes. And then you definitely didn't want to hear about it.
I know, and I tried to be nice.
I know, and you're trying to be nice. And, you know, and sometimes I don't even like post about him online because I don't want you to see it. And, but I do want to like keep him going. And like Jeff Scott obviously wasn't as close. But, you know, it's kind of the same thing where it's like, I know we all die, and I think it's good to have a healthy relationship with the dead. Hello. Robert H. Lee. What's up, dude? Shout out to Bobby's dad.
How do you feel when you sit next to a box
I love
of ashes?
it. I like it.
Comfortable.
I feel honored.
Yeah.
I like it. When Bobby showed me the video, like I mean, I know he was doing it out of like a traumatized place, but I was happy to watch it for him to share it with me.
Yeah. What do you think, Esther? What are your thoughts on grief?
This is a hard question. I do have a really bad relationship with grief, and Annie's right on. Like I really can't go there for certain situations. Like when it comes to Brody, like I don't even really like hearing his name. It's really hard for me. But weirdly, I have a friend. Our friend Carlos lost his brother a few years ago, and I try to really it's weird. I don't want anyone to bring up Brody, but I always try to bring up Carlos's brother to him because I don't want to feel like we can't talk about that. And so it's weird because I'm doing the thing I don't want done, and I don't know why I do that. So it makes no sense.
Maybe you know, or it's established that Carlos does like talking about his brother, and maybe you participate in something you know makes him feel good or makes him remember his brother and honor him in that way.
Yeah, because I think like if I lost a family member, I would want to talk about them and not hide it. But for some reason, the loss of Brody was like, there's something like too painful about it where I just don't like acknowledging it.
Yeah.
But I know that that's like a ticking time bomb, and that's, I don't know. I feel for this person because it sounds really terrible. And a lot of the LA comedy scene, we lost someone to a car accident at the very beginning of the year, January, like I think it was 10 years ago. And there's nothing gets you over that, but the community of it actually helps. So the way this guy is saying that his friends all went through it together, but they don't really talk about it, I would really say that they should talk about it with each other because they're going through this together, and I feel like that would help.
I also feel like with you, Esther, like when you posted about Brody like a couple weeks ago, I was actually really surprised, and it was nice. But it almost is like because Brody was so many people were like so touched by Brody. I mean, because Brody was talking to everyone, you know, and he was having these, and then other people were like maybe wanting to be a part of it a lot. So maybe they took it more, or it triggered some other feeling that they had. So everyone has been like obsessed with the death of Brody. And I think if it was a situation where it was like once a year, I think that's like more your style. It's like remembering him but it is like you are bombarded by Brody all the time. And I like it, but I mean, I just know that you're different about that one.
Yeah. And I think that's how we should treat it and approach grief, is that everyone does it differently. Each death is different. Each, there's no correct way to do it. There's no correct way to process it. There's no timeline. And I always tell myself that just grief is just a small little price we pay for love, for choosing to love someone, for choosing to participate in their day-to-day life. And, I lost my dad when I was 19. And that's always how I didn't deal with it properly then. I just went through a whole, control, like the whole food thing, controlling my food, going extra hard, training in the water, this and that. And I didn't process it probably until a good 5 years later. In fact, I barely cried when my dad died. And I watched him die. I watched him take his last breath. And it's just something that I just pushed down. But the way I dealt with my dad is very different from the way I dealt with my stepbrother committing suicide, right? It's so different. So I'm saying to this person, each way is always are correct, always are different. And to just kind of honor that in each other. When you're 5 friends, you're all going through it in a different way. But I think it's really cute that you're getting that tattoo to honor him, but to kind of just be patient with everyone around you, because it hits
so
us different.
Yeah. And I also was thinking, telling her about the dream, it was I really wanted to share this thing with someone that knew Brody. I just had this really nice positive moment. And then, but thinking about it now, it's I don't need to share that with anyone. That could just be that's just my relationship with Brody. It's just between us. It doesn't even need to be.
But
beyond that.
I think you're right. I think that it would be nice, now that you mention it, if we had a time where with the people that we felt safe with, and we all just kind of had a fun time talking about Brody, and it could be a sad time too. I think that a designated thing could be healing for everybody.
Yeah. If you want people to be obsessed with you after you die, have a lot of catchphrases. Nonstop all the time. Brody.
That always freaks me out when I see something really catastrophic happen to somebody, and how quickly how quickly I forget it. I'm fuck, we are absolutely nothing. In the case of Brody, it's the opposite, where it's it seems like he's always in the forefront of everyone's thought.
Yeah. And I like that with, I do I always go see him at the Comedy Store. There's just big picture. I always take a picture with him. I always see him, show him my whatever weapons I got sent to the Comedy Store, whatever. And
is that your P.O. box? Is that it, Annie? Because
I do get stuff to the Comedy Store, but I don't think I can get it anymore because I do have to get an actual P.O. box. But baby's growing up. The day I turn 40, I'm gonna have a P.O. box.
I can't wait for you to turn 40. Can we have a big to-do?
I mean, I'm not 39, by the way. I sound 39 and 8 months old right now.
How about this? Since you're, a couple months older than me?
Yeah.
Just wait and we can turn 40 together.
Okay.
Or are you one of the types? Are you a princess? Or you're I can't share birthdays?
No, I have a twin brother. I have.
That's right.
But also, we were born at midnight, 6 minutes apart, so we have
Different days.
That's the dream.
Yeah, it's cool.
Esther, can you share a birthday with someone? Or no?
I would love to.
As long as they feed me the cake.
No, I weirdly only become very close friends with people who are twins. I think I was destined to be, I'm a lonely twin. I would love to share.
Oh, I pitched that we all wear the same shirt, by the way. Yeah. Should we all have the same outfit? And Esther's for the podcast? I was yeah, sorry, I'm a twin. I'm always swinging for matching outfits.
Wait, do you know that that's a sign? Because in certain parts of Asia, public display of affection is not really, they're not like Americans where you're necking everywhere you go.
Yeah.
That's still a word, necking?
Yes.
But in Asia, to show that you're a couple, you match.
Yeah.
So that's why Bobby and I always kind of wear the same stuff.
That's cute.
That is cute.
Yeah, so if you guys want to show, to show the rest of the world,
I'll have to
I'm
wear
in.
that same shirt.
We have the same Skims tank top. Well, let's
Yeah,
wear
we do
it.
have the
is
same.
Skims comfortable? I don't like onesies.
Skims is so good. Esther,
love it.
I was like, Esther.
Wait, hang on. Hold your tongue. We're not getting paid for this. Skims gets nothing from
Yeah,
us until
forget
then.
it.
Because I feel like you are a legitimate ambassador for Skims, Annie. And so are you.
No.
No, I've stole it from her.
I have one more question before we end this podcast. In the event that Skims becomes a sponsor, I wonder if it's part of the contract that we are not allowed to talk badly about the Kardashians.
I would be down for that. I
don't talk badly about them anyway.
I love them. I think they don't get enough credit for normalizing bodies with weight on them. Before Kim,
Wait, Esther, by having their bodies? Or by pushing Skims?
no, their bodies. Because before Kim Kardashian, all the Us Weekly pictures were stick thin celebrities, and then Kim, it was like, when she first was becoming popular, people were making fun of her because she was quote unquote fat. I think the Kardashians like made real bodies. I know they're not real anymore.
They're not. They're the least real bodies.
They are a poster child for BBL. They harvest the fat
Sponsors.
after they get pregnant solely to harvest the fat to put it in their butt. But you know what? Cut this out because Skims. Cut this out, Gil.
I like how impassioned you were.
I am because
I know, because Esther's bullshit.
Why?
Because you were like, they brought back a natural full body.
Did. They went too far afterwards, but they originally did.
They sell waist cinchers.
I know.
they do.
But look back at like the tabloids. It was literally.
No, but I will say, we were just talking about, do you remember back in the day when people were being so mean to Kate Winslet for being Kate Winslet is like,
She's my favorite.
she's like my before, like my after dream.
Yeah.
Annie, I feel like you're this type of girl. I feel like you would have the dimples on your lower back.
No.
When Esther's banging me from behind. I don't know. I don't know if I have dimples. I don't think I have dimples.
Because I have a theory that a certain personality matches the lower back dimples.
And what's that?
I used to label them smashlies, but I feel like maybe you're not a smashly after all. Just like your younger self is what I'm saying.
Oh, I was filled with Jaeger and jizz to the brim.
Oh, Annie. We need to.
Bubbling over with. If I hiccuped, literally like cum and jizz would come out.
And Annie.
Look, George likes it. It's not an uncomfortable laugh. That's a true laugh. It's not that he's very uncomfortable.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Well, no, thank
No,
you.
thank you
Thank you
for
to our
coming.
guests.
To our beautiful Asian-inspired home.
This was so fun for me
Same.
and so easy. I usually sweat out my armpits a
I'm
lot.
sweating. My pits are
Same,
sweating.
Oh,
do
I don't
smell.
have any. I have the
Well,
driest pits right now, which is never
You
happened
get
in
a
my
little
life.
help.
That's true, Annie. I tell you too many fucking things. I swear to God. You could have just said, "Oh, that's so special that our president."
No, because I don't want. I'm over here pitting out, and you're
I
like,
told
I'm
you-
dry as a bone. I'm like, well, there's a little difference.
I told you insurance can cover your sweaty pits, and you have insurance as of January 1st.
I
know
have
this for a
insurance
fact.
now, guys.
Moving on up.
All the therapists just stopped taking new clients. Like, we're done.
Well, again, thank you. I hope
you
to
so
do
much
this
for
again one day.
Did you have a project you were plugging?
Possibly, maybe in the works. I don't want to tease too much yet.
Oh, okay.
We
good.
can't.
Yeah.
wait
What
to
about
hear.
you guys?
We
each have-
also might have a project in the works, but we don't want to tease it.
And we each have a solo podcast. Annie's is called Meanspiration. It's on YouTube and everywhere else.
So funny.
It's very
There's
funny.
lots of jokes. Now, Esther has a podcast called Esther Club.
Wait,
where
what's Esther World then?
Esther World is my Patreon where I do live streams, secret live streams. But Esther Club is free on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts if you need something to fall asleep to.
if you have an extra 22 to 30 minutes, you can listen to Esther stretch out some fake sponsors for quite a while and tell you about her headaches.
We highly recommend you check out. We also have guested on each other's podcasts.
Yeah,
a
we
lot.
guest on each other's
You might
podcasts
like
a lot.
those episodes of mine.
Those
a
are
little
my
better.
favorite to watch.
I'm also kind of feeling like I want you to do my podcast at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
No, I
2
wanna be a
a.m.
part of
I'm a
the
completely
2 a.m.
You're gonna be
different
asleep.
person.
Bitch, you're
Esther,
going to be asleep. Little baby's going to be
We FaceTimed and for 3 hours,
Yeah.
Esther was in the dark. We started at 9 p.m. She was like, guys, I gotta call you back.
We started talking
Tuck
about
me in.
racism, and I was like,
my.
I can't hear you talk about racism from the black square.
It was just a black screen.
I can't. It was so fun. I was so proud of you.
Thank you. Well, I hope to see more of you guys
I
sometime.
know. I love talking to you
We'll
too.
see you guys.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
We're gonna get married after we get vaccinated and after this pandemic's done.
And then
And then I'm gonna propose to you. I'm gonna get on my hands and knees.
I don't understand. You just said that I needed to plan the wedding.
Plan the wedding. I'm
Wait.
gonna get on my hands and knees.
Wait, hold on. So after I plan it, then you'll propose?
Plan it first, and then I gotta YouTube how to fucking propose, and I'll get on my hands and knees like I see in the movies. And then, then we'll do it, and you'll probably say yes. Then we'll go to the fucking chapel. It happens in a chapel,
Hey, Gobi, no.
right? And we'll throw the fucking rice or whatever, or bouquet. Mm-hmm. You do both, right?
I
And we'll
think
get
they
the
do.
priest guy, and then,
How
all
many
my
people
celebrity
do you
friends.
want?
People I don't even know. It just depends on name. I need your side of the thing to be like no names and my side to be names.
It's
You know what I mean? I just need that power structure there, that's all. You know what I mean? Hollywood. I need a Hollywood.
all right.
Alright.